Bitcoin just turned 17 years old, and in today's video, we're going to be going over exactly what has happened in the past 17 years, while also talking about why Bitcoin is pumping today. Welcome back to the Bitcoin to 1 million channel, guys. I am extremely happy because Bitcoin and my channel are both starting to pick up a little bit of traction today, which is really nice to see. It seems like you guys are enjoying the video, so all I ask you guys to do is subscribe down below, guys. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. That's my goal. That is my New Year's 2026 goal for this channel. So if we can make that happen, that would be amazing. But guys, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Okay, so first off, guys, 17 years ago, Satoshi Nakamoto officially launched Bitcoin. And guys, little do we all know that 17 years ago, something was going to happen that was going to change the world forever. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the top 10 highlights of Bitcoin, whether it's price or adoption. So first off, guys, in 2009, Bitcoin was worth nothing, and it was the Satoshi Genesis block. So Bitcoin was born, guys. There was a whole message embedded in it. It was the birth of decentralization and trustless money. Then moving on, guys, in 2010, we had the first ever Bitcoin transaction. So 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. Now this is talked about so often, guys, and I mean, this is insane. The value at the time was $41 for 10,000 Bitcoin, and the value today is hundreds of millions of dollars. And this basically proved that Bitcoin could function as a use case for money. This is again the most expensive pizzas ever. Hopefully it tasted good. Now, number 3 was Bitcoin reaching $1, and this actually happened in 2011, guys. So pretty important to see. This was the first time Bitcoin really had mainstream attention in the sense that, you know, it was worth $1, right? So you could actually trade $1 for 1 Bitcoin, which again is still a hard concept for people to understand, that you could trade real money for a virtual currency. Now, in 2013, Bitcoin breaks $1,000, guys, which is very interesting. Now, this is fueled by a bunch of different banking crises in Cyprus, and overall it just became digital gold, right? This is the year that Bitcoin really became digital gold. Then in 2014, we had the Mt. Gox collapse, which is insane, in exchange hack survival. So that was pretty important as well, guys. Mt. Gox handled 70% of Bitcoin trades, and when they collapsed, I mean, it was pretty freaking bad. Yeah, it was terrible, right? And it proved that Bitcoin can crash, but it will never die. Because in 2017, when I was still in school, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $20,000, and I think this is when it really became mainstream, right? We saw it in the news, we saw everyone talking about it, and it was like actually huge. A lot of retail got onboarded during 2017, and ICOs were very big, so it was huge for crypto as well. Okay, now after that, 2020 is when institutions really started to buy in, and this is when we saw institutional adoption, right? Which again is very, very important. MicroStrategy start to buy Bitcoin. PayPal allows Bitcoin to be bought and sold. Square or Block starts adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet, and overall it became a actual real thing that companies and corporations were buying, and it was huge. So 2021, Bitcoin hits $69,000, which is the all-time high, and you literally could not even make that up, and it hit $1 trillion market cap. And again, guys, this is when everything went crazy. We had COVID, we had institutional FOMO, we had Bitcoin become its own asset, right? It was a legitimate asset, and it really changed things for Bitcoin, okay? Then in 2021, Bitcoin became legal tender, and El Salvador adopts Bitcoin as well, and this was the first nation state to have adoption, and it was insane. It became sovereign money. Then in 2024, and again, guys, the most recent one, spot Bitcoin ETFs have been approved, and again, we now have people buying Bitcoin all around the world, okay? Billions of dollars in inflows, and obviously, guys, there's some other stuff that happened, you know, Bitcoin reaching 100K plus and all that type of stuff, but more or less, guys, it's been an insane journey, and the journey is just starting. Again, I genuinely believe that Bitcoin will one day hit $1 million, which is why I made this channel, to document the whole journey, so we have something to look back at. I have something to look back at and say, oh my god, like, wow, we've come a long way. Now, with that being said, guys, Bitcoin, like I said, is pumping right now. It's at $91,000, which is crazy because last night, the US conducted a very, very, very extreme and accurate operation in when they took down the president of Venezuela. So that's actually very, very bullish in my opinion, because we didn't go into full-blown war. It looks like this was something that was about to happen and kind of just made sense for everyone. But why is Bitcoin pumping right now? Well, Binance just bought a couple thousand, Random Whales bought 17,000, Coinbase bought a couple thousand, Wintermute bought a couple thousand, and Bybit bought just under 2,000. So they accumulated over $5 billion worth of Bitcoin today. This was pure coordinated pump. So again, we're gonna have to see if they do go ahead and dump on us later on. I wouldn't be surprised, but hey, it is what it is. And again, guys, just so people understand, again, I want to keep these refreshers in every video. In 2018, guys, Harvard said that Bitcoin is more likely to hit $100 than 100K. And then in 2025, Harvard buys $116 million of Bitcoin at 116K. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. And guys, if you don't understand that the dollar is losing, you're not going to make it, guys. Bitcoin is going to be the hedge. The dollar has now lost 97% of its purchasing power since 1913. This is why we Bitcoin. Okay, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.